Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday to show you a fun new project. Hopefully, you guys have had a great day. Mine was a typical day for me. It's very sad. I did have to give back my car today. I took it in to get a third estimate, and the guy said that because my trunk wasn't closing because there's so much damage, carbon monoxide was going back into the car, and that's probably why I've been having many headaches. So he said it was not safe for me to drive, so my husband had to come pick me up, and I had to say goodbye to it. So it's very heartbreaking, very sad, but it is what it is. Just move forward. So hopefully you guys have had a little bit better day than I have. If you're just logging on, say hi so I know you're here. We have a fun project today. It's kind of focusing on embossing folders. I don't know if many of you use them in your everyday crafting, but sometimes using an embossing folder just gives it that extra little pizzazz, and I wanted to show you guys how to do it. Sorry, I think I have something in my eye. So hello, good evening, Valerie. How are you? So I'm going to flip you over. I know there's only a few of us on, but I don't want to keep yakking. I know you guys have better things to do than sitting and watching me, and I'm sure you want to get to your evening. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so we'll be starting some of the new annual catalog stuff, maybe on Thursday, if not definitely starting next week. But we still have our mini catalog that is still current, and some of the items in the bigger catalog is still current as well. But I brought in, I know I've used this a lot, this is the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Love it, love it, love it. But I don't think the back sides of the Designer Series paper really ever gets much notice. So that is what I am going to kind of play with tonight, is using the backs of the Designer Series paper. You could definitely, actually this is the front side, but we're using the back of this one. And let me pull out this one. So we're using the backs. The front is absolutely beautiful, and you could definitely use that as well. But I wanted to do a few things on using the back of them. So this is the Designer Series paper, and this is still current. You can still get it until June sometime, I believe. I forget the actual date in June. This is the embossing folder that we're using. It's called Ornate. I need to put something dark underneath so you can see it. This one is retiring. Oh, it's upside down. This one is retiring May 3rd. So if you don't already have this one, definitely order it because it's super cute. And this is the card we're making. During card class on Saturday, we were talking about just sending cards for no reason. I do send cards for birthdays. I send cards for thank you cards, but I don't really send many as just a thinking of you today. So I really wanted to kind of focus on just thinking of you. And if you don't know what to write on the inside, just write hugs or kisses or just something so the recipient knows that you were thinking of them today. So this is what we're making, something very simple, very sweet, and hopefully you can see the embossing folder on the outside of it. Okay, let me show you. Let's see, who else is logged on? Jane logged on, Stephanie, Vicky. Hello, everybody. So I am doing a lot of the tone on tones. So this one is So Saffron. Took me a minute, so sorry about that. And we're doing So Saffron as well as our backing piece. And this I have cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it right in half at 5 1/2. So take that, line up our edges, give this a good crease. Set that aside for a second. And this is our first layering piece, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to actually run this through a couple times. The other two cards I've already prepped and done this, but I just wanted to show you kind of from start to finish. So there is a line up at the top of your embossing folder, and that makes sure all of your images are going the right direction. So you're just going to line up your cardstock at the bottom. And bring in your embossing machine. Oh, I forgot the plates. Oh, darn Skippy. Hold on. Let's see if I have one sitting here beside me. And I don't. Give me 1 second. So sorry about that. I had everything prepped, but I forgot the plates. Okay, so I have the large plate underneath, the embossing folder, because this is a 3D embossing folder, and then just the gray plate that goes on top. I wouldn't have ran in and gotten it, but we need it for this other piece as well. Okay, so I'm just going to scoot this out of the way for a quick second. And now you have a beautifully embossed layering piece. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring in, this is a 2.5 inch square, and I want to bring in just a scrap. I know we don't sell our circle punches anymore, but if you have them, definitely use them. So I am just bringing in the 2.25 inch circle punch. We do have dies that match the same size as well, so if you don't have the punches, you can always die cut it. And I'm just going to put a tad bit of glue up here at the corner, and I'm going to come in and just lay it kind of covering just a piece of our 2.5 inch square. So now that that's glued together, I'm going to put this in, line it up at the top, run this through, and I glued that piece on, and I'm running this together so all of my embossing pieces, they fit nice and tidy. Hopefully that makes sense. I didn't want it to be a little cattywampus, so I wanted them to be embossed the exact same place. Run this through. I know a lot of times when I do when I do Facebook Lives or even classes, I focus on the designer series paper, not hiding that. But this time I wanted to focus on the embossing folders. So I brought in just another layering piece, and this is 2 3/4 inch square, so it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And now we have already embossed this piece. I'm just going to glue it on, just for a layer. Hold that down for a quick second. We can go ahead and bring in our card base, and we can attach this piece. And I did these in a couple different colors, and one of the colors, I bet you guys are going to be super surprised that I pulled out. It's more of a fall color, but I thought it worked perfect for this little design. So this, I'm not going to glue this piece down just yet, because I want to bring in our heart punches, and these are not going anywhere, and I'm using my girlfriend's. She let me borrow them for the retreat, and bad me, she slapped my hand. I haven't given them back to her, but to my defense, I haven't seen her either. So it's not all bad. So let me bring in a piece of the designer series paper. And I'm just going to cut the designer series paper with this, the regular hearts. And it looks like I did not bring a piece of the Poppy Parade over to punch out. So I'm going to have to be right back again. I'm so sorry, guys. I literally had everything ready, and apparently I didn't. So let me grab some Poppy Parade. Good thing my craft room is right beside my Facebook Live table. I'm usually much more prepared than that. So, scrap piece of Poppy Parade, I'm going to cut out the scalloped hearts. All the other ones are done. I apparently was sleeping when I did this one. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pieces together. And I'm doing lots of tone on tone. So this is Poppy Parade on top of Poppy Parade. And I didn't glue this down because I wanted to make sure I had enough room for where the heart goes. So I'm just going to pull the heart down a little bit. That looks pretty good. So now I know I'm going to have to glue this a little bit over to the left. So So put some adhesive, and I'm going to put a tiny bit right on the edge of that circle as well. Bring that over. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and add some dimensionals to it. Whoops. If I had a helper in my studio, I would just have them grab everything, but my helper is in the house feeding the puppies right now. Okay, there we go. Super cute, super easy, and a lot of fun. So now all we have left to do is our sentiment. And I am using, I didn't bring the stamp set over. I'm just a hot mess tonight. We are using the Flower and Fields sentiment, and it says, just thinking of you today. So I'm going to ink this up in Poppy Parade, stamp it in the center, clean that off because we're going to use it for a couple other ones. I am actually going to mail every one of these cards out tomorrow because I just want some friends to know that I'm thinking about them. And this is a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. If you don't have a 2 1/4 inch, one of our dies would definitely work as well. And this is a really old punch. It's one of the old whale tails. That's what they called them back then. Flip this over, add a little bit of adhesive to the back. And then put this in the center of your hearts. So not only will they know that you're just thinking of them, but I thought the heart kind of fit perfect with the thinking of you. Using punches is really amazing. It adds so much more to your card. And you could put the bow up top. I think I might put the bow up top on top of this one. My original one, I put it down at the bottom, but you could really just put it wherever you want. And then I do have a piece of our basic white to go on the inside. Let's see, who's just logging on? I see Heather. I see Monique. Hello. Stephanie, I don't remember if I said hello, but hi. If you haven't said hello, let me know you're on. So there you go. A very easy and simple card that would really put a smile on somebody's face. And I know exactly who I'm sending these ones to. Okay, so let's do the next color. So this one is Pear Pizzazz. And I don't use Pear Pizzazz very often either, but it is a color that is in this set. So that's why I decided to use it. And then our next color is going to be pretty spectacular as well. All of our colors are. I really have zero complaints when it comes to our colors. So I already embossed all of this, so you don't have to sit and watch me do that again. So let's bring in, I already glued that piece down as well because I embossed it together. Let's glue this down. There we go. And I'm just going to set that up here just to make sure that our heart fits perfectly. So you could definitely do that side. I mean, you would want your tulips going the right direction, which looks absolutely beautiful, but I am focusing on the opposite side. Hello, Tracy. So if you guys haven't checked your email, I did send out the email for the July retreats. It's just crazy. Everything is going up so much in prices, and I had to get a different caterer for this next retreat. So, that's what took me so long, is arguing back and forth with the new caterer on the meals and everything. So hopefully we can always do payment plans if need be. So if you're interested in coming but can't do it all up front, definitely send me a message. I am willing to work with everybody because the July retreat is a lot of fun. So I brought in the old olive ink. I just wanted something a little bit brighter than the Pear Pizzazz ink. So I'm going to stamp this in old olive. Close that. And there's not much stamping to this card. It's a little bit of embossing and using our punches, but other than that, it goes together pretty quickly. Go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. Put this down. I really like this color as well. And I already pre-tied the bows. I came out a few minutes early and tied the bows so we weren't sitting and waiting. I should have made sure we had everything together instead of tying the bows. There we go. So there is the Pear Pizzazz with the old olive ink. I think they're so fun. Oh, I did forget to put the white on the inside. There we go. That literally finishes the card perfectly. Okay, let's do our last one. And I brought in the pumpkin pie. I thought the pumpkin pie looked so pretty with this card, and it's definitely a different color for spring, even though I think it works perfect for spring and fall. It's more of a fall color, but I think it works perfect. Yes, I did send it. I've been struggling with how to send it for the last couple days, and my husband's like, you just need to send it. It's going to be here before you know it. So there is always the option if there's no food, if that's what you guys choose, but it's always nice not to have to leave your crafting space to go get something to eat. And the food is one caterer. They're doing it all, and it's going to be pretty spectacular. Not that our other caterer wasn't spectacular by any means. I love Rachel. Okay, so I went ahead and put adhesive on the back of that, and I probably should have waited, but that's okay. I think it'll still work. I'm going to go ahead and put dimensionals on this one, put it down so I can make sure to get it in the right spots. And then we'll put the designer series paper on top. There we go. And you could, oh, that looks really pretty too. Ooh, I don't know what to do. I think that actually, I don't know. I love them both. Even though I said I really wanted to use the back side of the designer series paper, I think I like that side better on this card. Okay, we're going to go with it and put adhesive on the side that I was planning on using. There we go. And the one last thing, this is going to be a super duper quick Facebook Live. I didn't realize it was going to not take so long. We're going to grab our pumpkin pie. Whew, I am not with it. Our pumpkin pie ink. Close this. Yes, Heather, you're absolutely right. I think the tulips, I think it worked for this one. I think the other side would have worked as well, but I really do like the tulips. And I actually have lots of this designer series paper left over, so I might do the envelopes to match them. And then it would really be a wow card. But if you just want to put a smile on somebody's face, just send them a card because you're thinking of them. There you go. Oh, let's put the basic white on the inside. And we'll be done. Super easy and super fun. And definitely a little bit different. I don't think I've done just an embossing. I know I've done designer series paper as the focal point, but I don't think I've ever done the embossing folders. So let's get all of these, make sure they're in the camera so you guys can see. Hopefully you like them. They're just something different and fun and unique and kind of thinking outside the box a little bit and just thinking of you today. So that's what I've been doing all day, is thinking about all of my friends and the July retreats. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live. It is definitely a super quick live, so these are definitely duplicatable cards. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you need to chit chat with me about the July retreat, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will be here forever. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.